Welcome everyone. We're going to do a pick a card reading, connecting with your loved ones here. Sometimes we have questions that we just want to pose to them that we didn't get to ask, or we just want to hear from them. So we'll see. We'll see kind of which group you fall into, which of the 3 cards up top you're being drawn to. We'll start with that message first for each reading. But we will get charms, see where their advice is flowing, and the cards here for some added clarity for you. I am an organic reader, so I leave links in the description box below for you if you just want to jump to receive your messages from your loved ones. Okay, so let's get the charms here. Group number 1. I'm actually just going to leave the 3 cards up there. No need to pull them down, I don't think. There's some movement up here. See what charms they want to work down. Okay. Ooh. Some excitement there in terms of what they want to share with you. This could be someone who you're hoping to hear from, or someone you don't expect to hear from. Lots of information down there in the bottom corner here. Okay. Looks like we're going to be spending our time down in this quadrant. I'm going to move it there, so it's touching the 2 it wants to. Okay, so let's get your cards. Let's see. What kind of conversation are we going to have today with our loved ones? Answer what's been bothering you. Like I said, maybe you had questions for them that you didn't get answered. Or just some advice. All right. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. I did the weekly angel numbers reading today as well, and the angels came out with 1, 2, 3. Not in this order. They had 2, 3, 1, I think, something like that. But interesting, to me at least, as a reader, to have that happen twice in the same day. Okay, I'm just going to take my timestamp here for our friends that joined us at the message, and we'll start with the first message. Okay, you were drawn to this message. Expression. Express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly without fear or judgment. Say exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. Yeah, oftentimes we bite our tongue, hold our tongue, or sometimes just too shy, right, to say what we want to say. Or we feel we're not in a safe situation, right? Or we could be the one, up here, or we could be the one judging. Okay, let's see, where do we want to start? Maybe we'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll just go in order of the cards here. Your loved ones are guiding me. We have time to remove this connection from your life. So this could be a person, place, environment, right? Just something you are currently connected to, a choice even. So we'll see kind of what this connection is for you. And it's connected to the afterlife here, sort of a question here to your loved one of sort of how the afterlife has been for them. But I think because it's connected to removing this connection from your life, I think this is what they have learned, right? What they have seen, what they're observing. as a soul, kind of what they learned in their life review and sort of the knowledge they can impart to you now regarding this connection. It feels like it's like holding you back. For some reason, this is the first time ever for my friendly sloth here that I feel the hands clasped together are like handcuffed, like locked in. See, he even tried to free himself. Right? Remove this connection, free yourself, unhinge, right? Unlock. It's possible. You can be the one to do that, right? All he has to do is unclasp his hooks, right? So you have the willpower, the ability, the courage, the bravery to walk walk away from this, like I said, environment, person, um, a habit, right? A choice, a behavior. Oh, look at them hoping, you know, please, right? You please trust in this message. Please hear this message. Please consider this message. Please take away this message. And kind of the pause here, the stop sign, right? Asking you to hold off on continuing with this. The purple hue here, this is very much intuition. So this isn't so much advice from your loved one, but more so a reminder of sort of what's right for you, and what right now is to disconnect, right? Remove yourself, disconnect, unhook. Okay. Maybe that's part of the expressing yourself, right? Voicing your needs, or even to yourself, being honest with yourself. Self-expression is healing. Sometimes we just need to um, acknowledge the reality of the situation, or the feeling, right? The after effects of being somewhere or being in someone's energy. Okay. So your loved one sharing sort of their own history here. So there's something that they overcame this. So maybe they had a similar situation. So habit, behavior, relationship, addiction, whatever it is. So they overcame it, and you will too. And I like this message down here when I was writing it. Start before you feel ready, because the growth happens in the motion, right? If you kind of wait for perfection, that start date always gets delayed. And there's this vulnerability. So what a beautiful show of vulnerability from your loved one to share a personal story with you coming up here. They overcame this. You will too. And they overcame it by just taking that action, right? Just disconnecting. Before all the T's were crossed and I's were dotted, they just kind of took that leap of faith, like the Fool card, right? Be vulnerable, bet on yourself. Yeah, I think it's here. Here, and then we'll go there. Still connected to sort of their shared experience here that we're going to get into. They are pointing to the advice they can offer you, but look at this closure with new start. Their life story that they're going to share with you is going to be confirmation that every ending is a new beginning, right? When you're removing something that doesn't serve you, something that is better for you will come in. You open yourself, you make yourself available. Yeah, I do want to come here first. So we have, this is your next defining moment. Any kind of action like this would be, right? It would be a milestone moment in your soul journey, in your life story. in your path. It's something that redirects you down a better, truer path for you. And there's this very loving, like better connection, right? Not serving you, but will serve you. Not in your best interest, in your best interest. Unrequited love, soulmate love. Maybe you already know this story. Maybe this is a story you already know that this loved one has shared with you, but this will serve as a reminder. Remember, here's the advice I can offer you. Remember when I overcame this similar situation and the beautiful outcome I had. Look at the strength to overcome. One of the few times that the card depicts the lion's mouth open, expressing yourself, true to yourself. Look at your loved one cradling your head, right? Encouraging you to speak up, encouraging you to step forward. The lion's moving. I think in most of these depictions, the lion's just sitting, right? And they're kind of either head to head or the lion's kind of laying next to her, but this one is moving, motion, speaking, walking. And then look at the chariot. And it's unicorns. Even this is different. Usually it's just horses, right? Look at the magic. Your loved one is picking some very interesting cards here. Unique cards and just how they're slightly different. Obviously, each of your scenarios here is slightly different, but okay, so let's tune in here now into what's the story they are sharing. To be perfectly honest with you, I feel like your loved one like picked up and moved. So this would have been like city to city, country to another country, left a profession for a completely different industry, or just left to go explore an adventure, right? Like they just kind of picked up and completely kind of changed their lifestyle, their world, their environment, the people around them. Like everything changed here, almost every connection. They brought forward some like true connections, right? Again, the mouth is open here. Be honest about your connections, which ones are valuable to you, which ones are supporting you, loving you. But look at the magic. When you pick up and move, your world completely changes. You have this magic to create. And he's singing as well. Expression. Both of these cards have the mouth open. Look at him singing. So continuing to voice, this is the kind of lifestyle I want to live. This is the person I want to be. These are the kind of people I want to meet. These are the values I uphold and live by. Communicating. With this handcuffed here, I wonder if you just felt like, like none of them are speaking, like you couldn't speak up. Everybody else was making the decisions. Well, now it's your turn. Your turn to make the decisions. I overcame this by speaking up, stepping out, completely removing myself. And like the fearlessness, right? The lion didn't know where he was going. He didn't know he was going to meet some unicorn, but growth happens in the motion as the chariot is moving here. Okay. So then we have manifestation here. Actually, all these are beautifully magical, but we're going from 2 unicorns, double unicorns, to your powers of manifestation waiting for you, right? It's a fresh ball of yarn here. New world, like I was saying, a new city, new world, new community, different people. Kind of your ability to create. Again, coming back from what they have learned from crossing over. Well, the ability to create and manifest something they learned here and something that they've reconfirmed. after crossing over, and their ability on the other side is a soul energy too, to create, right? Help create moments for you and opportunities for you to see if you'll seize them. It was touching what I can share with you about where you are now in life. Well, clearly you're at this new start, right? Here's your fresh ball of yarn. The world is your oyster. What are you going to create with it? That's where you're at. You're at the starting point of a new path here. Words I didn't say to you. Interesting enough, this is my Jack in the Box, so an unexpected surprise. Maybe you weren't expecting them to approach a subject or offer you some additional words that they never had a chance to say to you. Perhaps their passing was unexpected as well, because it is the Jack in the Box. So perhaps the news of their passing was a shock or surprise to you, and therefore they have some extra words here they want to share as they're coming through in the reading. And it has some short-term comfort here. So as a gift to you, just kind of like a warm hug, right? Short-term comfort. So to close out your reading, a very smart group of loved ones here. They're letting you know that you're powerful and magical right now. You can create the world that you desire. And as a little unexpected gift, because we didn't get to say a formal goodbye, perhaps, there's a little gift for you to give you some additional comfort right now at this time, right? That's what short term is. Give you some additional comfort at this time. Well, look at this pentacle story, or I guess financial story, I should say, wealth story. So I don't know if this group is concerned about finances. I mean, I would be if I'm going to a whole new city, new country, new industry, right? A complete life change. Finances would be a concern. But look at the effort you put in, right? You reap what you sow. So this could even just be good karma, making good decisions for yourself. Your power manifestation, you are creating the pentacle sign here, the pentagon sign here. That's magic for me. And then look at you sitting in your abundance, but also later in life as well. Look where this path is taking you if you make this choice. Bet on yourself. And look at the growth journey you go through as well. Look at the growing up story they're sharing with you here. So that's a beautiful kind of ending story of where they're kind of seeing your future, you know, what I can see in the afterlife here, right? What I can share with you now at this time, what I can see for you, this beautiful journey ahead. As for sort of the words, you know, I didn't get to say, sort of the short-term comfort, a lot of like pride, right? Look at the smiling back, each generation. I think I have a tile on here that has like a really nice like I see, kind of connected to it here, right? I can see who you are now, right? They're looking back. I can see the progress you've made. I can see the growth. I just really like the smiles. I like all the smiles that they're giving you. Very nice message, right? Proud of who you are, proud of what you've become. I can see you now, and I can see your future. I can see where you're heading if you tap into this energy here. You decide, make this choice, tap into this energy, and you have kind of this beautiful outcome, right? Closure brings new beginnings, brings you gifts, unexpected surprises. Okay. So hopefully you were able to receive that short-term comfort I just offered you and feel the encouragement to express yourself. Again, even if it's just to yourself, right? Being honest with yourself and your needs. What's going to serve you best, and taking the required actions to remove yourself, disconnect, as they said. Okay. Group number 2, drawn to card number 2. We'll get our charms here. Oh, whoa, active already. Maybe they're waiting in line here behind, like in the queue, waiting behind group number 1. So they were ready to go, ready to talk. I wonder how fast group number 3 charms will come out then. Very interesting to me how my see-through heart there is kind of hanging off of a charm. We don't usually interconnect like that. And that charm's all about clarity, insights, information. Oh, it's hanging off of the lion foot there. And the lion's all about courage and bravery. So I don't know if that's an additional little message to you all, group 2, but for the insight or the clarity, the information you need to hear is you have all the courage and bravery you need. Okay. I'll just unhook you. I don't even know how they got hooked up. Maybe that's the question. Maybe your loved one doesn't know how you got hooked up, right? Doesn't know how you got caught up, where am I trying to go? Like, how did you get yourself in this situation, right? Like, how did you connect with this person or this situation? They're a bit confounded, or maybe you are. Maybe you're wondering, like, how did I get myself in this situation? And, wish you were here to give me the advice on that. Okay. Let's get your cards. And I'm looking over at the 2 hearts here hooked together, right? Again, sort of the, how did I get here? How did this come to happen? Come to be? Maybe that's the answer you want them to, or that's the question you want them to answer. Like, how did this happen? How did your passing happen? How did this come to be that we lost you? Interesting energy. Okay, well, we have the 1, 2, 3 that we got with the first group here in terms of the cards. So I'm going to do the same thing where I follow the order of the cards in terms of which charms to read and how to deliver the messages to you. I'm just going to take the timestamp here for everyone that joins us later on here at this point. Okay. Opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. Sorry, I'm chuckling a little bit for those of you that were hanging out with me for the charms and cards. I was picking up on the vibe of, like, how did I get here? What happened? How did this come to be? Surrender the past. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. There's nothing to regret. It's all connecting for me now. It's all starting to make sense, at least for me. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Another beautiful orange card up here. Orange is creativity. Orange is solution. So your loved ones are hinting at providing you the solution. Okay. I'm just seeing what charm they want to start here with. I'm also going to write, I'm just going to capture the how'd I get here. Or how'd this happen, right? That's what I was saying. This happened. Yeah. I'm going to start here with the shoe with the butterfly. So this is a loved one showing support, trying to lift you up, help you move forward. So perhaps you're kind of stuck in place with this energy, this question, and it was pointing at something I never told you, and you will make it through this. So of course, everybody has their own grief journey. You might be going through a struggle right now or a tough period. Obviously, you'll get through this, but they want to share something with you that they never had a chance to ever tell you, kind of here when they're around. It is going to be advice that they can offer you now to give you some short-term comfort, right? To give you the motivation you need here to move forward, to step forward. And it's going to have something to do with making a decision to end a cycle, to kind of tapping into the card there. It feels like you might need to walk away with not having 100% closure here. For some reason, they're pointing to the fact that they're not fully touching here. There's a little bit, so there might be just, you might not have the 100% of the picture of what happened, but that's going to have to be good enough for you in order to move forward here. Or, what they can share with you is only going to be so much. They can't give you the whole story, the full story through this reading. So they'll do their best through sort of a quick snapshot here. So they're also saying that they can see who you are now. So they're aware of the situation, obviously. They're aware of where you're at. They know why you're asking. They know why you're asking, why did this happen? How did we get here? How did I get here? What is this situation I'm in? How is this possible? And coming from your heart here is all these magical tendrils, sort of all of your heart's wishes, your heart's desires, but it's also a lot of emotion as well. So your emotional space, you could be going through such a variety of spectrum of color of emotion right now, all at the same time. So feeling happy, sad, motivated, strong-minded, opinionated, angry at something or frustrated. So I just feel like there's this overwhelming amount of just energy, like uncontrollable energy kind of flowing from you. X-Men has a character, it's a teenager named Jubilee, and it's like static that comes through her hands, right? She can't interact with technology. Maybe you've been experiencing that as a reflection of sort of the spectrum and the weaving of emotions happening around you right now. Maybe sort of technology is going a little bit haywire or causing you moments of frustration. So let's see here. The Hermit. So something they never told you, the advice they can offer you now. Look at them shining the light down on the advice. Right? Look at them shining it from heaven here, right on down to you. In a beam, this clarity, this advice. Looks like a beautiful star. They're smiling, looking down at you. The age here just is kind of reflective of the knowledge, the wisdom, not necessarily age at all of your loved one. So they want to pull me down to the red stockings here on his feet, and red is following your passion. So something they never told you was maybe there was a moment in their life, there was a point in their life. Look at how they struggled, right? They're all tattered. But they were struggling because they made the choice to follow their passion. They walked away for something, and they're shining down kind of how you're following in their footsteps. I did this too. There's struggle before, or there's struggle on any journey where you follow your soul purpose. where you follow your heart, you trust in that. And there's something here about also taking time. More of like a long drought, like a period of without. So this could be you going through a period of just tightness of the wallet, so financial tightness, period of a pretty long absence of a love relationship, or maybe you had a significant period of unemployment. Like there's some kind of significant enough duration of without, but it's because you made a choice to follow, follow your heart in this direction, right? The light in this direction. So this could be, my intuition and my gut was telling me to start my own business, but I've been struggling ever since, and I like, what's going on? And nothing I do, but there's like, you'll make it through this. I did this too at one point. I tried starting my own business at one point. I was consulting. I was, um, struggling on the dating scene as well for 2-3 years till I found my soulmate, right? Till I found your mother, your father, whoever this is. But sometimes you have to walk away without knowing, right? Because I kept saying there's this lack of seeing the full picture, right? Without knowing the full picture. Sometimes you just got to trust in your intuition, all the purple, and just go for it. You made the right choice, right? The magic of your heart. You made the right choice. So no wonder your emotions are, wow, in and out. You're probably happy one day, doubtful the next, encouraged one day, regretting, feeling guilty the next. Okay. So we're following the cards, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at this. You are braver than you think, or than you know. You are braver than you know. See? I was saying self-doubt. You're braver than you know. That's how you got here. Right? You followed your heart. Look at your arrow, following your soul purpose path. You're following your intuition is guiding you, right? You're also saying I was truly happy in life. So maybe even in this period of struggle, I am someone that enjoys a very simple, quiet life. So I'm happy in a simple life. But maybe you knew, maybe when you were younger, you saw your parents struggle, but your parents are trying to say, no, even though I was struggling, I was still truly happy because I knew I was following my heart's purpose. I knew it was the right decision for the family. I knew I was making the right, courageous decisions here. It is crossing, live today with more intention, less distraction. Kind of coming back to this emotion, right? Sometimes we allow ourselves, especially when we get demotivated, to focus on something else for a while, right? In and out. We kind of go in and out ourselves here. Okay. Cards. Look at your loved one traveling with you here. Kind of pushing you along, right? The shoe. Yeah, I thought I saw the uplifting, right? The walking with you, carrying you forward. Look at them, pushing you in the beautiful swan here. Butterflies, swans, feathers, right? All the signs that loved ones use. Maybe you've been finding feathers around you lately, or at least when you're feeling more doubtful, right? When you're kind of giving up, right? Sitting there, you're not rowing. Your loved one comes in and starts rowing. So maybe you've been noticing that your attention's just been drawn to feathers lately, or in those moments. But look where you're headed. We've got a shining star. Kind of looks like the shine here that's either in her hair or maybe coming off her sword. It's kind of where you're going, right? You're following your heart. Feel the passion, the fairness, the abundance waiting for you, the health, the wealth, the happiness, the joy, the opportunity, right? As they pull me back up to the first message that they had for you. There's possibilities and opportunities awaiting you. You're braver than you think. Stick with this. Keep going. Whatever you've started, whatever decision you made, might have left you in, tight quarters or tough times, but there's joy and beauty in this. I was truly happy in life. It's better to be happy than unfulfilled, right? Okay. All right, so they're using the bell over here a lot of charms. So the bell is when they're ringing a bell, an angel's ringing a bell, a loved one's ringing a bell. This is important for you. This is coming in for you. Coming in soon. Be prepared, right? We're sounding the happy alarm, the alarm clock, not a warning bell, more of an alarm clock. So we have keep living, and I apologize, or I forgive, or I'm asking for forgiveness. And look at the charm they chose. Wow, I'm getting choked up. The charm they chose is my forgiveness, my apology, my sorry, my friendship bear. Wow. This was the unexpected group, right? So maybe that's why they apologize, and that's why there's this encouragement. It could just be, I'm sorry that I'm not here with you right now, right? And physically, obviously they're here with you, but to kind of help you through this more tangibly, right? They are encouraging you to keep going, right? Keep living, keep going. I said that already. Keep going, stick to this path. Okay. I want to make sure I picked up from the right place. So we have a secret in a relationship. And this is with my milestone charm. So either what's triggered this was an aha moment in a relationship, right? Sort of this movement to follow your heart, or this how did I get here? I thought everything was going great. This is also like in a work relationship, a professional relationship. This is relationship with self, right? If we're not being true to ourselves, hiding even things from ourselves. We have moment of change, and we have what goes around comes around. So we have a moment of change, milestone moment regarding this truth. And even look at the lights shining down on this truth. I do feel like this truth was a trigger. So again, if you uncovered something, that was the trigger for you in your personal growth, in this decision to follow your heart. That was the moment of change. But when you made that moment of change, or when you make that moment of change, positive karma, right? You made a positive action, so now the universe can turn in your favor, bring in what it's been kind of holding for you. No wonder it's sitting on the bell. It was a triggering moment. Maybe this passing was 8 or 1 kind of triggering moment, because it is connecting this apology and this keep living. So maybe you have a second milestone moment here. Big moment in your life, and now this kind of second phase, right? This next period. And then lastly, we have resolving some unfinished emotional business. Well, we saw how emotional you are over here, and what the afterlife has been like for them. And they're pairing that with learning here, kind of pulling on tendrils, kind of learning, and I don't want to say failing in learning, but like more so like stumbling and learning and kind of going here and there and coming back around. And in terms of their afterlife and what they learned is sort of the back to the opportunities here. You can always pull back what is meant for you, right? You can always manifest it back. It's always going to come back around. Another opportunity that is similar in terms that it's going to be beneficial to you will come around again. So see kind of like the first half here doesn't have to affect the second half of your journey, right? This first moment, you can change now that you've made this decision. And that's what they've worked here. Similar to the first group, the loved ones, were talking about power manifestation, the ability to change our fate, right? With a choice, with a big change choice that heals us, that is in our best interest, can really deviate and redirect us down a brighter path. Look at the change in her, right? She's going from doubt, lack of self-esteem, again, the tattered ropes. You know, she's been stumbling because she's blindfolded and tied up. So she's been stumbling and fumbling along this path, but she's at the end. Look at her. She's at the end of it. You can almost read these as like the flags right at the finish line. Then you have the loved ones, the cheering, the family members, the crowd at the finish line, because here you are. You're coming into better times. It's all lush and beautiful. There's the decision you made, the 2 pillars. You're walking down this path. You're leaving the struggles behind. You're leaving this period behind, this relationship behind, this behavior behind, this world environment behind, and you're entering this one. And then look who you are. Completely different. You're your true self. You're your best self. You're your happiest self. You're enjoying the life, right? I am truly happy in life. You probably witnessed them, your parent or your loved one. Maybe you only ever saw them in this phase, and that's something they never told you, right? Because I went through a period of struggle too. You just didn't see it, or I hid it well, right? You didn't see it. I hid it from you. I only let you see this good part, the magical part. You know, sometimes we have that aunt or that uncle, that kind of cousin or extended family member, maybe someone we don't see that often, but when we do, they look like they're having and living a wondrous life, right? But they don't always tell us, well, no, I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot, but I had to make that choice too, right? I had to make that choice too. And you will too. Magic again, the moon, magic. Manifestation, magic. All right. So after a period of struggle, following your heart, right? Doing that last 2%, 10%. You're so close to shore here. So close to shore. Already at the finish line, I even said. So your goes around, comes around. I feel like this is opening, right? The milestone. Maybe that's the secret here between you and your parent is. I kind of see this. So keep living. You know, I apologize for everything if that's holding you back or making you doubtful, because I want you to move forward here. So do I. I want you to move forward. Look at this. Beautiful. Okay. Opportunities and possibilities awaiting you. Now we're going to get into group 3. So if you weren't drawn to card number 3, I'll see you at the next reading. Okay. Group number 3, we're going to go ahead and get your charms. We'll see what your loved ones want to connect with you about today. What messages Do they want to share, or can they share? Do they feel like they want to share? A lot of hanging out on the bottom, bottom of the chart here. So similar message for each group, but just a little bit more unique and tailored to your situation. I think it's over here where they want it. Yeah, okay. Gonna have to do a bit of a cleanup over there. These heavier charms sometimes. Okay. Just want to make sure it's, I remember which one it's pointing at. Not that one. Okay. Let's get your cards for the additional details of the message for you. Kind of grouped here together already. It's a little bit different, but I feel like we're going to end up doing the same as the first group in the second group, which is 1, 2, 3, but their cards didn't come out already connected like yours. Already connected. I wonder what that means. Already kind of, maybe it's already like stacked in your favor. Building blocks, maybe. Maybe that's what they're referring to. One, like steps, right? You're going up the ladder, climbing. Maybe this is a career-focused group. Maybe that's what you were questioning about, or kind of the progress, maybe academic, kind of climbing here, going up the ladder. I'm just going to take a note of that. Climbing, going up. I'll just write going up. Okay, let's get the timestamp for everyone that joins us now, and we'll get into your messages. Oh, all three were orange. And orange for me means creativity, but also solution. So the parents, the loved ones, the relatives, our mentors, whoever is coming through, soul energy here, are all delivering solutions. Okay, your solution is action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation from God and the angels, and your loved ones, of course, that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting venture. Interesting progress as well in this 1, 2, 3, because the first group needs to acknowledge that they're ready to follow their heart. Second group is following their heart, but struggling with it. Like the start of anything has difficult periods, but there's a new opportunity waiting, new milestone waiting. And now group 3, you're kind of at that new milestone, right? Start a new exciting venture. So even each of your groups, you're kind of progressed in a similar way as this group here, the way the cards were laid out here, the progress. Okay, so we're going to follow the cards like we've been doing, starting with card number 1, or the single card. So you're at this juncture, like I said, you're at a point to head in a new path, and there's this love, I love you, kind of spilling out to you on this new path, this new direction. And that's what this wine bottle on the shelf is, because there's no additional north, east, southwest. So you kind of go where the wind blows, right? Kind of looks like the air blowing here. So your loved one is supporting you with the I love you message on this choice you've made, this direction you're heading out in, the action you're taking, the new start. right? So this could be, maybe a fiance or, maybe you're a widow. And this is your new relationship, your new marriage, and they're saying, yes, I love you, go for it. This is a beautiful new start. This could be a new job you just accepted, new child, new pet, new business, new city, country, whatever it is, new project. They're encouraging you. Just, I love you. I support this. Chariot. Look at them singing, sharing you with magic, with the two unicorns, the balance. I like how they're singing the music here. Playing what is it with sports? Athletes have like entrance songs. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, like what your entrance song would be, like your theme, right? Your theme song entering the stage, entering the venue, entering your new life, right? Entering this chapter. Oh, you know what? I did use marriage as an example. Maybe this is your chosen song, right? Your first dance. So they're singing it to you. Maybe the song also that you've chosen reminds you of this person. I just like how they're singing. Lucky 7 as well. 7. I'm someone who sings all the time. I just break out and like short. I don't sing full songs. I just sing like snippets. But what I feel here, just the happiness, the joy. It's very uplifting. Very uplifting. Start before you feel ready. Growth happens in the motion. So here's that newness, right? You're starting a new chapter of your life. You're starting a new business venture, a new job, whatever it is you're starting new. Don't worry about perfection. Don't make you'll figure it out. If you're a new baby, new pet, right? You'll figure it out. We all do. That's what. I don't know. I keep saying parent with this group. Maybe a lot of you have a parent. Maybe this is the parent group. But sort of their advice to you, right? Because the horse is running towards the advice. The advice that I can offer you is just go through it yourself. Just be present, live in the experience, and you'll figure it out. You're a smart cookie. You've got this. So regarding the family, so if you had a question to them regarding the family, there's like negative influence or a bad behavior. So, this could be the person who gossips in the family. Maybe there's a member of the family that is dealing with something, right? Sometimes it's an addiction, or maybe they're in a bad space or place. But there's something here about the family with the message of, the advice I can offer you is to just kind of live the experience. You gotta figure it out as you go. That's probably what they did. We don't always have answers. If a fight between siblings breaks out, you got to kind of figure out what's going on. Yeah. Your loved one doesn't always have the answer. We don't always have the answer, right? We got to figure it out. Figure it out as it happens. Now, right away, I'm reading both the red flag here, the child is holding, but also the cape here is red flags. So it's like you see the signs, or the signs, right? It's intuition here. The purple, that's how the red's showing up. It's like the child is riding forward here on the pony, right? We got the pony again. So right? In your gut, the sign is, in your gut, that you just gotta keep moving forward, right? Just trust in your choice and move forward. Look at the sunflower as well. This is, again, planting your seed, letting it grow, right? Trying something out, letting it grow and seeing how it, how it blossoms. So, I don't know, maybe some of you, the choice here is you need to just let someone go and see how they blossom, right? See how they're kind of looking out, and this is new. So just kind of encouraging you to maybe step back, right? Just let them, this is their lesson, this is their experience to live, right? This is their red flag lesson to live, and you need to kind of be there to support them, give them the advice, plant some seeds, but you just got to watch them. You got to watch them change and grow and develop as well. You're there as their guiding light, as their steward, right? Again, you're there to provide support and foundation and stability when they come to seek you, when they come home, when they come in. But there's something here about you got to release. Look at the kid, right? Arms wide open. Just got to let go and just kind of observe and let them learn this. That's the best advice your loved one can offer you at this time, right? They'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. This is their influence to kind of deal with. And your influence on the family, because it is the influence charm, your influence on the family is being the stable one, being the reliable one, which means I know you'll always be there, but just offering advice. You're not giving money, you're not giving a place to stay, you're just offering a redirection to them. You're offering an answer, a solution. And then you step back and see how they grow with that. Here's what I would do. The advice I'd offer to you is to offer them advice, right? That's all that they can give you right here. Because you're busy over here. You're busy with your new start. So don't get involved in this. Okay. So we have, you are braver than you know. And again, we have a new start here. My little turtle. This is a new chapter in your soul journey. In this lifetime, you're setting out. You're about to build, right? You're about to build something new. You're about to add in some more pages here to your life story. So you're braver than you know. So maybe you're a little, again, nervous about this fresh start, about the kind of unknown. Where's this headed? On an emotional space, so maybe an emotionally driven choice, they want you to postpone for now, and they're placing some urgency on this. So not right time, not the best time or place right now for you to move forward with this emotional decision. An example of that, if I stay within like a marriage, so if you're getting married or a new child, maybe it's that, we're getting married, so now I'm ready for the new child. It's like, whoa, like enjoy the honeymoon phase, enjoy the newlywed phase. You're not quite ready yet for your new baby. Not to say you won't have your family. We just want you to postpone this for now. Just a little pushback here from your loved ones. So you have not lost yourself. And there's a focus on this. There's an emphasis on this. So if you're worried about losing your identity by joining a new group, a new family, a new business team, you're not going to. If you're worried that you've made a decision that's going to change who you are, you're not going to. Now, this is also a choice. So there's a lot of choices here for you. A choice for you to just live in this beautiful, like be present, live in this beautiful moment, celebrate. A choice to kind of step back or just put boundaries and restrictions on your influence around family, because you got to live for yourself. And then a focus here on, don't worry, you haven't lost yourself. You're not going to lose who you are. Again, this is a fresh start for you to kind of hold off on an emotional decision. I don't know if this is like maybe like work related. So if this is like relationship related, so we have relationship, family, now work. for some reason. For this group, it feels like that progression or something similar to that. And I say work because this sounds like a sudden or spontaneous decision of I'm going to quit. I'm going to fire this client. I'm going to say yes to this project, even though I won't get paid as much and it's going to overwhelm me. It's going to cause me to start now, but it's my honeymoon, right? So there's like truly focus on this upcoming decision that you're doing. Make sure it's not coming from an emotional place, and make sure you're doing everything on your terms, right? You're not losing yourself. It's okay to postpone. There's an urgent pause this. You don't need it right now. You're writing a new chapter. You don't need this right now. Probably just added drama, right? If it's emotion and your intuition, you know whatever this decision is, if you say yes to it, I feel like you're just going to welcome in more than you need right now. You should be enjoying this new start. Okay. Yeah, look how happy you are when you kind of remove yourself from whatever is going on over here. So I really feel like that's the encouragement of what choice they want you to postpone, right? Don't head over here quite yet. Like they're not ready. Look at you, you're not quite ready. You're not ready to join the war over here. There's still a few things for you to accomplish, a few things for you to receive, or perhaps if you go over here, they'll block you, right? They'll go ahead and take these for themselves. You don't want to offer somebody else access to what brings you happiness and joy, or to strip happiness or joy from you. This is their energy, right? If someone's mood or attitude always brings you down, then you don't need to hang out with them at this time. Now I like the page here in the night interaction. Similar, look at this, right? Page to night almost. And I was just saying you're not ready yet because you're over here. Like, why are you already trying to switch groups? You just kind of started this, right? You started something great, so why are you jumping ship already? You haven't lost yourself. Maybe there's that fear again. You know, maybe you're second guessing, like I said, a career choice you just made, a contract, a proposal, a commitment. It's like, don't get distracted, right? Put pause on that. Put pause on this. Stick in this space. Hang out in this space. Look at all the gold, all the beautiful color. Here's the shining light again. A lot of shining light for you, the sun. A lot of gold for you. A lot of happiness and gold. Even the singing, gold. If you just ignore this, maybe it's the family drama you got to ignore. You know, your willpower, right? Put a pause on that decision right now. Remove yourself. Don't get involved. Don't start something else. Bask in the light of your fresh start. And don't let anybody else take away the light from your fresh start. Maybe that's what's happening too. Maybe someone's trying to monopolize your time and pull you away and not let you enjoy this. And your loved one's saying, no, enjoy it. Sing and dance. You know, play our song. Play your song. Right? You're the sun. Look at both of these cards. The issue, right? Everything is over here in the distance, behind you. Just leave it. Just leave it. That's the group. That's your action. Leave it, right? Just drop all the fear and hang out in this new start that you have. Hang out in the singing and the dancing and the sunlight.